Seeing Danny play with his granddad, it made me realize that we were now part of a chain.
Hello, seafaring friends. My name is Wireless Riot, and today we are taking a look at Lost at Sea. This is a narrative adventure game that deals with the story of Anna, who is going through her past and taking stock of her life and the things that have happened to her to be able to face her future as she goes through the rest of her life pretty much alone. It is a very sad story. Just to get that out of the way here, Anna has had a very difficult life. This game deals with some pretty heavy topics when it comes to that. However, the story is not told in a way that is incredibly sad. It's a really beautiful tale of talking about what she's gone through and how she will move forward, what's happened, everything in her life and her family. So they do a very good job of balancing the fun and little things that you would only notice as the person living the life, and also the tragedies that she's gone through. So the story leaves you here on the ocean. You come to a beautiful island that lets you walk through the different stages of Anna's life. You have a compass that will guide you to different parts of the game so that you know what you need to collect. You collect little mementos that will then form into the big overall memory of that time period in Anna's life. The compass isn't the most helpful, usually. It kind of just spins around and doesn't really help you find the little memento pieces, which can be a little difficult because some of the environments are very bright and the mementos are also bright. So it was a little bit difficult to find some of them. But once you have the mementos, then you go in and you go and try to find the little area that they're in, and there's a little puzzle to solve. Some of the puzzles are relatively simple. Most of the puzzles involve clicking on things, or at one point you're juggling her work, life, family, and social life. And it's interesting. It has you keep these dice up in the air. I thought that was really interesting and fun. But there were other puzzles that were very frustrating because there is no indication of what you're supposed to do. Aside from when you first come into the game and it tells you to use your compass and to find the mementos to build the memory, that's it. There is no there's no help from there on out. So it was a little bit difficult with some of the puzzles. I did find it a little bit frustrating. If I had gotten some sort of auditory clue that I'm doing the right thing, that would have been incredibly helpful. But honestly, all in all, that was my biggest critique of the game. That aside from that, it is absolutely stunningly beautiful. And I kind of did sit there a few times just looking around at the environments. But don't do that too much because Anna is also dealing with a lot of her sadness and her fear and her guilt. So if you stand around too long or randomly throughout the game, your heart suddenly starts beating and it's Anna's fears coming up to attack her and overcome her. You don't die, but you wake up in a different area, so you kind of lose a little bit of progress. You can either face your fears or you can run away from them. I found it personally a little bit easier to run away from my fears, but that's a commentary on things that we're not going to talk about today. But yes, it is a beautiful game. I am looking forward to seeing what you guys think of it. It's a beautiful story. Aside from the frustrating puzzles, you're definitely going to enjoy the story. Just be wary that it's a very happy story. But that's it for me. I'll see you in the next video. And I Dream of Indie would not be here without the support of our amazing indie warriors that help us bring a voice to the voiceless. So thank you so much to this month's indie warriors: Mitchell Hall, Kevalo, Bunny, Bill Kaz, Christian Cruz, Strychnine, Rosie Sinax, Chris Jackson, Nathan Moore, Peach, Adriana Amato, CJR, Falco Lombardi, C. Coil, Skepticism, Jen Rose, Jesse, and Julian Colbus. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate your support immensely.
You just try the best you can, really.